Hello and welcome to Poolside Problems. I'm Tor.
And I'm Elle. Poolside Problems is a podcast about our lives as 30-something-ish women living on a small island.
From moving abroad and finding friendship in unlikely places, the fun and the hard times, including some of the bigger problems life throws at us, like fertility, relationships, moving countries and everything in between.
Not forgetting our poolside problems, our daily rants that aren't really serious problems at all. Hi.
Hello! God, that was chirpy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it sounded a bit like my life.
It did sound a bit like that.
We're back.
We're back. I like that we say that and it's like a weekly thing now.
Yeah.
Only been gone that long.
Yeah. Still chuffed that we're recording the sound of our voices.
Yeah, literally.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I don't really feel like I've got much to report. I'm trying to be chilled and quiet and not go out too much because I'm gearing up for my friends coming over to Bermuda in a few weeks. So I'm trying not to make myself too tired in preparation for it.
Before Bermuda goes full Essex.
Before Essex comes to Bermuda.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, then I've been by the time you hear this podcast. So we'll have to update in a few weeks afterwards. But yeah, I don't feel like I've done much. Just been had a lovely weekend with the kids, done some swimming, stuff like that. How about you?
Yeah, good. Same really. Just I feel like we're on the cusp of a really busy travel and visitors and just actually majorly hadn't really thought this through until this week, but I'm gonna have to put my kids in the bedroom together first time.
Oh, first time
to free up a bed, unless they want to share with a grandchild. So I have to work that out, or whether we put her in our cupboard.
When there was this cupboard, it's absolutely massive. It's big walk-in wardrobes.
Yes, but someone did alert me earlier. It doesn't have AC. So actually, at this time of year, is it even fair to put her in
Has it got a window
in that? Yeah.
I feel like at the minute we're just having our window open. So as long as it's a cool evening, is it?
Yeah. The tree frogs and the
no,
it's so loud, and the wind.
No, I think it should be all right, surely.
Yeah.
Do you have white noise or anything?
Yeah, I don't know how much she can hear anyway, but yeah, it is. No, you're right. But I'm just wondering whether we just bite the bullet now and put them in a room together and they start to get used to it.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you could just try it, and if it works, great. And if it doesn't, then you've tried. Because then at least you free up another room to have as just a spare bedroom and an office or whatever you want. And then you've done it now.
Yeah, and when we go on holiday, we're not going to be, they're going to have to share rooms and stuff. Not going to be getting 3-bedroom hotel room anytime soon. So yeah, but that might be a little project for later this week, I guess.
Oh, good luck with that. We'll have to let you know how that goes.
Yeah, they always have moved quite well though between the two, haven't they?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, they're in with us, and then they went in the same room, and then we did separate them for a bit, and we've put them back. And they're fine now. Yeah, they don't really wake each other up. Sometimes they do.
Do they? I keep meaning to ask you. Do they speak a twin language?
Yeah, they definitely do chat together. Earlier on, I ignored them for a bit because I was trying to make a fish pie, and they were really, really chatting to each other and really giggling. It's so cute.
Oh,
yeah, they definitely do. They know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we were going to do first.
Oh, what?
We were going to talk about the email that Elle sent me. The email. So when I first came to the island, I know we spoke about how we met, but Elle actually sent me an email. Who sends email? She could have got my number and sent me a WhatsApp.
Also, I can't believe we forgot about this for 4 years.
I know.
And one day I was we were out having drinks not that long ago, and I was just email you.
Yeah.
And then it genuinely popped into my mind.
Why did you email me? But anyway, she sent me an email basically welcome me on the island because she knew we knew sort of people. And I feel like Elle needs to read the email because it's too brilliant.
Shall I read it in my voice?
Or should we put it on Instagram for people to read? Is it really long? I can't remember. It's not that long, is it?
It can't be that long. What would I have sent it to?
Okay, so we found the email and Elle is going to read it to you just because one, it was only 4 years ago. Why was she emailing me? And two, it's just brilliant. Go on.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe I didn't want to stalk you, but I'm already reading about that. This is about stalking. Why didn't I Instagram message you? Was that a thing then? I don't know.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, lovely. We haven't met yet, but I think my Tom bumped into your hubby a few weeks ago when you were in the midst of the move, waiting for furniture. We've been there. Can't believe it was exactly a year ago, in fact. Then I keep seeing people who tell me you're here and to get in touch. Your sister Trace is my friend, X. And then I bumped into an old colleague of yours, X, sounding weirdly stalky now.
Oh.
Anyway, hope you all settled into your new place now. Sad that you couldn't make golf barbecue at X and Y's, but definitely will be more opportunities to meet soon. If you're around over the long weekend, let us know. We're having a super quiet one after million trips back for weddings, but could you lunch up at the Tuckers or Village Pantry if you're keen? I'm also widowed the following week. Widowed? Oh my god, I haven't said that for ages. Whilst Tom is at Monty, if you're around, we might do a girls' dinner. Dog soon, Elle.
I mean, it's so nice and friendly. Like,
That's so nice.
I feel like that is proof of like what it is like in Bermuda. Like when you first come, how nice people can be. But I feel like lols that we're still friends, and the first thing you did was send me that email.
And it doesn't look like you really replied. Oh, maybe you did.
Reply.
Oh, you did. Okay, fine. You did reply. And then I must have met you not long after. Ah, how it all began.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I don't know if anyone else finds that funny, but I just think it's so funny that you emailed me. It's just brilliant. But it is a nice email, and it does show that like you all like expats do welcome each other and like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. I feel like maybe when I first got here, people emailed us.
Maybe.
Anything on that behind with
One of those things as well, like the way it says, like people keep saying you've joined the island, and it's so true. Like if like somebody new joins the island, obviously we don't know everyone new, but if it's like someone's like work colleague or a wife of a work colleague, you're literally like, oh, I heard you came on the island. Like people like know you arrived before you even. Oh, it's so weird.
It does just pop. I actually also remember Tom telling me about you. And him and being like, oh, I met this girl. I feel like you're going to really like her. She's like just moved here or moving here. And she was wearing like green matching tracksuit, like at the airport.
Was that the airport?
You're traveling. Yeah. Like he obviously knew that I would appreciate a good traveling outfit. It was like, oh yeah, Elle would like her.
Because they were flying back from like a big work thing, and I didn't like when you live in Bermuda, because we fly a lot, we'll get like bronze, silver, gold, like BA status, and I didn't have anything like that at the time because I just moved here. And one of James's really good friends was flying, and James was like, just message him and see if he'll get you in the lounge because the airport was really busy. And he was like, yeah, like just come and meet me. And I like was sat with him in the lounge, and then all these guys came in, and they're all obviously like just reinsurance guys. James knew most of them, and there's just little old me in my tracksuit, and they'd all just come from a conference in their like chinos and shirts still in the flight. I was like, hi, and like eating my burger. Like Kimbo's like, she's with me. Oh, I did say that too. But yeah, it's just really, really random of like how it was like just me in this lounge.
It is one of like the flying thing. I'm sure we've touched on it before. Is like one of those weird things here where like you're at the gate to go to or from Bermuda, and you will know a load of people. And like never in my life have I gone to an airport and even just bumped into someone I know at an airport. But like 220. Yeah, now Heathrow. Like you definitely do always see loads of people.
Yeah.
When we were on our recent flight we went through Miami, and as we did our half an hour layover or whatever, we were walking through the airport and sat down at the gate, and Tom's like, it's so nice, just not knowing, like not looking around, knowing anyone. Like it's just totally anonymous here. And at that moment, he then was like, I'm just going to go for a wee. Went to the loo. And came back and was like, I bumped into someone that I used to play rugby with like 10 years ago. We're on the same flight.
Funny.
So stupid. But yeah, so apart from that instant, you don't really bump into people, but it's just one of those Bermuda quirks, isn't it?
It is definitely.
Speaking of Bermuda quirks, do you have a poolside problem for this week?
I have a poolside problem for this week. Yes, Elle. And my poolside problem is that your clothes, shoes and handbags go mouldy. Oh, so this week I had like in my old house. I think we've talked a bit about mold before, actually. But like,
About the humidity.
yeah, like in my old house, nothing went moldy. I think we were up high and it was fine. Whereas this house, literally, I poured out a pair of like expensive shoes the other day, and they were so moldy. Nearly made me cry because I'm such a shoe lover.
Yeah, you are.
So what I've done is I've like rearranged my cupboard, and like one of my wardrobes is really warm and it's got heaters in it to stop things going moldy. So I've pulled all my nice shoes into that, and then I've put a heater in the other cupboard, and like my flip flops and stuff are in that one. But it sounds so stupid, but like if you spent money on clothes and shoes, you don't want them going moldy. And it's so upsetting when you pull out a pair of designer shoes or a designer handbag and they're like thick and green mold on it. It's like such a Poolside problem. Like it's so nice where we live, and that's definitely a downside. But
it's
like,
like literally like, I'm trying to think of a way of likening it in the UK. Because when you know how if your raspberries go off or something, it like captures, and then it's suddenly just, it's not just like one raspberry, it's the whole thing has just gone fairy.
yeah,
It's like that with like clothes and shoes. It's just like one minute it's fine, and then the next minute you pull it out and you're like, what the hell is that?
yeah. So that's definitely my Poolside problem. I've had to, and we recorded my wardrobe and it was all clothes, and I've had to condense my clothes a bit. Sad.
That's just a seasonal selection.
No, it is, but I've actually just folded them all up tighter. And like I've Marie Kondoed my drawers in the other room and stuff. So, so yeah, now I've got a lot of my shoes, which the boys really enjoyed. The twins like love a shoe like me. And Rafty literally walked in here this morning and went, shoes! And I started pulling them off the thing, and I was like, no, I leave my shoes alone.
I love how they took one each of my shoes the other day and just like wandered off in different directions.
Literally
Twin life.
love a shoe, bless them.
That's amazing.
But yeah, and also some my wedding shoes, which have just been in a box that I kind of forgot about, and I want to wear them.
Yeah, you should definitely wear them.
I'm definitely going to wear them soon.
Well, we are fully on the topic of clothes now. Actually, my Poolside problem is definitely a clothes thing.
What is it?
Well, because now I have a daughter, I'm not gonna lie, once I thought she was a boy the whole way through my pregnancy. So when we were told that she was a girl and she was here, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, like getting my head around it. But I was like, I said to people, I'm really excited for the clothes, like because I have found buying boys' clothes like a lot harder than well, certainly now with the girls. Like there are so many choices. Like I could spend an infinite amount of money, which I can't do, like on clothes for Rory. Whereas with Albie, I like, obviously still there are some lovely brands out there, but there are a lot of like prints and
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs and trucks, and like, don't get me wrong, he loves those things and stuff, but I really want him in like dinosaur pajamas, like, or like clothes out and about all the time and stuff. And there is a time and a place for that. I know they love, and there will be a day where, like I think you said before, where the twins will want to choose what they're wearing, and it will definitely be a dinosaur print.
Yeah, and that is what it is. It's fine.
Like, why is there are just as many baby boys in the world as there are girls? But how come like companies are making so many more beautiful girls' clothes? And then like kind of even just finding a pair of pajamas that are like plain or striped or something for a day is way harder, I think.
No, it's so annoying. I actually saw a brand popped up on my Instagram the other day, and its like logo was literally like no dinosaurs, trucks, and I was like, yes. It's just like cute little plain stuff or like a little stripe.
Yeah,
but it's true. Like when you find the brands that do the nice stuff, it's fine. But like, yeah, you don't want them in all those patterns. Whereas girls, you can kind of mix up the patterns and things like that. And actually I saw like a pink dinosaur outfit the other day, and I was like, it just wasn't as awful as like the blues and reds that you find for boys.
I think that's things, they're quite garish, like of the boy stuff, whereas girls things just like have these beautiful collars and like little like frills,
the frills on the bottom leggings and things like that. It's just like that little detail. But
and no, I'm not going to dress him in like flowers and frills, but that would be fine, sure, obviously. But I just kind of, even just a pineapple print is fine.
Oh yeah,
it doesn't need to be these like primary colour, like,
no, it's so neon horrible big bright colours, isn't it?
Yeah. But also when you're on like, say, Zara, there's about 20% of the choice for a boy. When there is like, there's so much more stuff
because I don't shop for girls, so I don't know.
It's so, yeah, it's like, or even if you go into a Zara, like there's way, way, way more in the kids section for girls, but maybe that's just because they probably know who their customers are, don't they?
Any brands that are like local or like will send to Bermuda through DHL, because that's the only delivery company I've decided I like sending me stuff in Bermuda to, because they're the best. That has lovely prints, then please let us know. Yeah, that's a good Poolside problem out. I do think like
we talk a lot about our like clothes. Obviously, we've already talked a lot about deliveries and not being able to get clothes here, which is annoying. But I also think we all talk about, because you can't just go, oh, like when I get back to England, I'll just nip into so-and-so before I go to this wedding, like to get an outfit and or whatever you like. But also, you're really good at this, like clearing out your wardrobe and staying on top of things.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely having at the moment, on the back of 2 pregnancies, my size has changed like probably 7 times. Like even it's changing every month, because since stopping breastfeeding, I've like lost a tiny bit more weight, and so the jeans I bought a month ago already feel quite baggy, and then like that's obviously a great thing, you know, if weight loss is the goal. But at the same time, I just don't have, like, I relentlessly don't have anything that fits me. And then I have things that 2 months ago fit me fine are now like inappropriately large, because I was like still carrying like baby weight, as they say. And I think obviously that's heightened by living here, but I don't know how, you know, if you were to get a more sort of, there's a lot of now about buying less is more and like a more sustainable wardrobe. We couldn't do that because our body shapes change.
No, and I do think it's nuts how much they do change. Like I lent you a pair of jeans that I got after I'd had the twins, and they were like bigger than I'd normally wear, and they were my comfy but still look nice jeans. Obviously they're too big for me now. And you borrowed them, but they literally fit you for like a couple of weeks, and you were like, they're way too big now. And it's like, if you'd have had to buy that size and then like you just borrowed them and gave them back, which I think is one good thing about sustainability, is between us, we have swapped and shared a lot of clothes.
And I do think here there is a really, really great like secondhand market.
Yeah.
And people aren't like, not that people are snobby about it in England either, but you know, people are literally like, wow, a load of new clothes to just try and see and like, stuff. And like, you know, I think I actually did give Jossie my old knickers by mistake, because I put them in a bag of maternity wear.
No, you didn't.
She's never like fully declared what were in it, but I realised not long after I'd given her this bag of clothes, I was like, oh my God, I think there was a bag for the dump and a bag for mix them up. And she literally was like, thanks so much for this bag of things, but no thanks.
Have your dirty old niggas back, thanks.
We no, there is a really good secondhand, but we probably keep things for longer because pass them around.
Yeah. And I'll be like, look, borrow these for a bit, or can I borrow these, and I'll give them back, and then if you don't want them anymore, you can pass them on somewhere else or charity, but if not, then like I'll keep them or you can have them back. But I think body shape and the way we change is insane. Like my biggest thing was, obviously before I even had the boys, was that I was like taking drugs, getting pregnant, having miscarriages, taking drugs for pregnancy. Yeah, not taking drugs. Oh God, no. Taking drugs for pregnancy. And then that obviously happened 3 times. And then I was on like proper drugs for like fertility. And like some of them really blow you out, and then you get pregnant, and then you have miscarriage. And my body changed like 4 times before I'd even had babies. So like it was just heartbreaking and one of the most frustrating things, because I was like, I've still got the big boobs, but no baby. I've still got like a bloated stomach. Like it's just so frustrating, because I was like, I didn't have maternity wear because I hadn't been pregnant, but like my body had done similar things, and like because it had been pregnant a few times, it always got a bit bigger quicker. And like, it was just so frustrating, and you just don't know how to dress for it. You don't want to look pregnant because then people comment on it. Like, do you remember that poor guy? Luckily I was in a good frame of mind and it really actually didn't get to me, but he literally, I had my bikini on and I was like bloated, wasn't I? And he was like, "Oh, are you pregnant? Have you joined the gang or something?" And I literally was like, no.
But then he also didn't stop there because you're like, "No, I've just had another miscarriage," whatever. And he went, "Oh, yeah, because absolutely everyone is pregnant now." I was like, "Oh, yeah."
I was like, "Thanks for that, mate." Luckily, he was like this cutest little gay guy, and I actually don't think he really he obviously didn't understand the implications of what he was saying. And I was in a good headspace. It actually didn't affect me as much as it could have done at separate times. But it's just things like that. Like, I didn't have the bikinis or the swimsuits. Like, I remember us like going out for dinner one night, and I wore an oversized shirt. And I just felt like I needed to hide my body because I wasn't any of those things. And then getting pregnant, and then after the boys, like the big boobs, the losing weight, trying different clothes. And then the clothes I had, I was like, oh, they're really inappropriate for like now. Like before, I just shoved on a little pair of like denim short hot pants and a like vest top, which I'm fine with now, but my body wasn't ready for that yet. And I was like, ugh, none of my clothes look right on me.
Well, then swimwear is like a whole other ball game as well. And obviously we're lucky in that we get to wear swimsuits a lot here and stuff. Then the downside is you've got to like maintain your not necessarily your physical appearance. Like no one has to do that, but I feel like if I know I'm going out, then I'm going to be in a bikini around loads of people. Not that I've been in a bikini for a long time now. But like I would get a wax or like, you know,
oh god, that
like shave my legs. Yeah, and like I quite frequently forget to do that, so I'm not that on top of my personal maintenance. But there's like, then you do have the slight pressure of like, oh, am I going to be in a swimsuit that fits me now because like, or that isn't going up my bum? I think the other day on that boat, I kept being like, have I told you I've got a really hungry bottom? And you're like, yes, 4 times you told me.
But it's true, and a lot of swimwear nowadays is like that up the bum swimwear, which like is fine, but I think we're not used to that. Like and it does feel like you'll all of a sudden be like, both my arse cheeks are hanging out, like, and like I've got a juicier bum than I ever had, so I quite like it. It doesn't bother me, but like it's just getting used to your figure. Like some people are bigger than they wanted to be, some people are smaller than they wanted to be, and you're like, you just need to dress for your figure and your happiness.
Also, we've talked about this before, but we grew up in the generation of like Kate Mosses, and like I don't want to say androgynous because she's just a total babe. She doesn't look like androgynous, but you know, like skinny was cool.
Yeah,
and so and maybe even like a bit boho and baggy clothes was chic, whereas I can't even speak for what's like the rage now. I'm so out of touch. But like I do think like I see younger girls in like a bikini that I would be like, well, I wouldn't even have worn that when I was 20.
Yeah,
because it's like, you know, cutting in on my like love handles and stuff. But actually they look great. Like there's literally no reason why they shouldn't be wearing that.
I think it's such a nice culture of that.
Yeah,
it is. For sure.
And not to be like, oh, you know, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels and stuff.
No, food tastes the best.
Yeah,
I think that's another thing with the whole pregnancy and your body changing is like towards the end, you're obviously in like baggy clothes. Most pregnant girls, unless you're one of those neat, tight, tiny little ones that are still in your like skinny jeans before, it's like not many people have that. Like you're in like baggy dresses or like tight dresses, but they're bigger than you'd normally wear because you've obviously got to fit your bump. And everyone goes, oh, I'll definitely wear this again. Like, this would be perfect for afterwards. And then afterwards, you're like, ugh, I can't even look at that dress. Like, it's so massive.
It's like a switch.
It's just such a weird thing. And it's not that you hated being pregnancy necessarily. Like, I liked being pregnant, but I just hate my pregnancy clothes. Like, I think I've kept like 2 pieces that I do still wear. And actually, they're Zara shirts that I bought in extra large and they fitted over my bum. And now I wear them with like leather leggings and they look really nice and oversized. They're the only 2 things that I've kept because I'm like, all the dresses, I'm like, oh, I just don't know why. I can't bear to look at them any longer.
Yeah, and actually, I don't know if I think I've said when you've given me stuff in the last year with my pregnancy with Rory that like I'm like, well, do you not, maybe if you're thinking about having another one, do you not want this? Do you want it back? And you're like, no, like, even if I have another baby, I want like different pregnancy clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
And it is, and I feel the same. I should just get rid of like all the things I've worn in the last.
Well, because you keep it and then you're like, you never wear it anyway. And like, I was pregnant in England in the summer, and it's even like a different wardrobe to summer here. Like, you just dress differently in the two different countries. So I'm just like, do you know what? I'll just buy some other bits. I won't be pregnant with twins, so I don't know how big I'll be. I might not be as big. I might be able to accommodate more. But also here, it is warmer, so you wear less clothes. So actually, like, a lot of the dresses I've got now might work anyway. Or like, you just shove on a pair of denim shorts and not properly do them up with like a big t-shirt or something.
Yeah.
Whereas in the UK, I wouldn't go out in like I remember you wearing Tom's t-shirts. Like, I'd just chuck on James's t-shirts, a pair of denim shorts. Whereas in the UK, I wouldn't like pop out like that. It just wouldn't feel the same.
Yeah, you're so right. And like, for example, thank God from having 2 son pregnancies here, I didn't really have to wear pregnancy jeans much because I don't think my body's ever been designed for those like cutty-in waistbands.
No, to be fair, I remember buying some of those at the beginning of my pregnancy in the UK and then quickly realised I couldn't. But then the over the bump ones, I must admit I did love, because then I'd wear them with like one of those oversized baggy shirts and my legs didn't change. Like, they put on a little bit of weight. So I'd still have like my normal size legs, this big bump, and then like my shoulders were all like the same size. So I still felt like quite like me. And I didn't feel like I had to wear like a big baggy dress all the time, which is not my style. I am a denim shorts, skinny jeans kind of girl. So I did love that actually in the UK, that I could still wear my skinny jeans and my leather leggings with an oversized top, and like, or I'd wear like a really tight vest top so you could really see the bump. And that was like my style. Like, I just liked it.
Do you know how much weight you gained with the twins in the end?
No, it's really weird because I don't ever weigh myself in normal life.
They weigh you a lot here in pregnancy.
Yes, yeah, I didn't. So at the beginning, when I was at the fertility clinic, they weighed me a lot, but I can't remember for the life of me. And then after that, I don't remember being weighed. And if I was weighed, it definitely was, I think, because I had so many issues and stuff. I think it was just bottom of my list of like, I couldn't have given a shit how much I weighed. I literally was just like, yeah, it's asking a million questions about the twins all the time. So no, I know, I've got no idea. I'm sure it's on a piece of paper somewhere.
Yeah, it's not really. I'm just curious because I gained nearly 60 pounds with Albie. I don't remember what I gained in my second pregnancy, but like, that is quite a lot of weight to like
gain.
Yeah, to have, and obviously he was only 10 pounds of that. So like, it's crazy how much. But also, you, like you said, your legs stayed like the rest of you stayed the same. You just had a really big bump.
Yeah.
But then like, you have more blood flow and stuff, I guess.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
And then also, after you lost quite a lot of weight because you got married like less than a year or just a year after?
Exactly.
Yeah, a year after I had Albie. So you were on that like wedding diet.
I think that was a good way to do a wedding. Like,
yeah.
And then it was harder because I had to, because I had a baby and I had to, like, more felt the pressure to lose weight with not that easy. But I don't think between 2 pregnancies I would have lost weight if I didn't have a weight sandwiched in between the 2.
Yeah.
You just like naturally, like, even this time round, it's been like, I've been less incentivized to.
But you don't, like, as we say, like, your body shapes now are different, and although it is a bit more ingrained into us, like, oh, skinny, but actually, like, us having like juicier bums and things, like, is totally fine. And like, our bellies, obviously, like, mine is luckily quite flat, but I've still got that layer of skin like you all have from pregnancy, or most people have from pregnancy. And like, at first I was like, oh, I hate this, I'm never wearing a bikini. And now I'm like, I love it. Like, I grew 2 babies in me. Like, it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, totally. Like, there is obviously there's stuff around about this, like on Instagram, of like people showing their reality post baby kind of bodies and stuff, and saying like, if you learn to not just learn, but like, there's so much pressure to, you know, get the phrase like get your body back and that's wrong, like, and stuff. That you know, why would you want to get your old body back? Because actually, like, this body grew, like, grew a baby, and to kind of like love that about yourself, and like you said that about your stretch marks, you like love those.
Yeah.
You love those. Yeah, it's like, and I would, and if I was your husband, I would. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's it totally, like, I definitely, I'd love to like feel like a little bit less like blobby, like in you know, in a bikini or something. But actually I do, like, I grab my like bit of skin now on my tummy, and I think like, whoa, but like two people in here.
Yeah.
And
also I think everybody's like body, how they want it to be, is different. And like my boobs, I probably like, that's the one thing I do miss from before. I loved them before, and now they're just not quite the same. But like now I'm uncomfortable with my body, and it's only ever if like I've eaten too much, I'm on my period, or coming on my period. My actual body as it stands normally, I'm quite happy with. I don't mind some of the big, like flabby bits, don't mind wobbly bits. It's like, you'll really only ever hear me moan if I'm like due on my period, and it's that bloat that like, it just looks like you're pregnant again. And that is one of the more frustrating things. But the actual fatty bits, they don't bother me at all anymore.
yeah, and you like definitely, we both like feel better when we work out, right?
Yeah.
Not you physically are more toned as a result of like,
No, it's more mental, isn't it?
it just feels good. Yeah, totally. Like you said, you want to move, even though your back's been giving you trouble. Like I just want to feel like moving again.
Yeah, I've not really worked out properly because my back's been so bad. And like today, I'm really feeling it. Like I feel gross. I've still been doing Pilates, but I want to do some like cardio or just, and I'm like running around after the boys. Like today, I was pulling them along in their cart. So like my arms were getting work out, but I just want to like, move more, definitely.
It was that week of solo parenting, wasn't it?
Your back tipped me over the edge again. But yeah, what are your like thoughts on like body changing? Like, what is like, do you love your body before or after, or do you appreciate your body after having kids? Is there certain items of clothes that you just had to hold on to? Or are there certain items of clothes that you like can't wait to see the back of? Like, tell us about your body changing clothes issues or loves and hates on our Instagram, or email us any stories you've got. Instagram handle.
I also think, as well as boys' clothes, there's a massive market for like postpartum clothes that are not like, you know, breastfeeding tops and stuff, that like things that maybe like you can change with your body shape and stuff. Like if anyone knows of any brands that do that, like that are a bit more,
I suppose,
like lend themselves to a changing body, that aren't just like massively oversized.
Or like gym wear. Like I'm actually wearing a pair of mine now in the Lululemon line. I don't know if that's how you say it, leggings, because they saw us through pregnancy and out the other side, and they're soft and they're comfortable, and they're like, they for me are like one of the things that you can do all the way through postpartum. If you've had a C-section, they don't push your scar too much, but they are leggings. And like, you don't want to wear leggings all the time. Like you want to wear jeans or like something that looks like jeans. Are there any companies that do like the paper bag jeans? Like, but maybe they're like a softer paper bag at the top, so they stretch with you a bit more. Like, that would be nice.
And actually, I don't know how to say it, that swimwear company that you just got some swim stuff from, she asked me like, what is it you look for in swimwear? And I was like, well, funny you should say that, because we were talking about like the material being really nice for like support, and and exactly whereas like the benefit of those leggings that we loved in pregnancy is that they stretch with your body, and you can kind of get away with wearing them for a growing body. Actually, there comes a point after having a baby that you're like, oh, I want the suction, and like something to support and stuff. And I feel the same way about like 100D swimsuits now, in that like with wobbly bits. Actually, it's not a bad example because they stretch as well, but like
they don't hold it.
They're not holding you in, and like and stuff. I'm pretty sure you could probably see my C-section like shelf from my scar kind of in those. But yeah, like if there's things about clothes that like, I don't know, that are annoying.
Yeah, I feel like one good company is Spanx. I feel like their leather leggings,
the best.
Like their pregnancy ones were good as well, but like they're a good like postpartum. Once you've got over the pain and then like you can put those on and they do just hold you in and make you feel a bit nice.
Yeah, totally. And that there's also, like you just said about time of the month, like once a month I change clothes size completely.
Yeah.
And I change into a complete psychopath as well. But
Nice.
so it's probably best I just don't go out then. But you know, like I need you need clothes that change with your body around the month as well.
God, I feel like this is a conversation you could just keep going on and on about.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know your thoughts.
Mm.
I feel like that's quite a good conclusion because we've like really gone over the whole clothes thing.
We've eked out that
we have
content.
Like that's ridiculous. But yeah, like let us know at Poolside Problems. Any links are on there. The swimsuit company that I was talking about is I might tag those because she's a new company. She's British. And she's got some lovely bits. Cool.
Really lovely.
Big shout out for her.
Really lovely. Oh, I was just saying to someone that she didn't want to copy Parenting Hell too much, but I love the small business shout out.
Yeah, that is nice.
At the end. So, you know, that is one small business shout out.
Yeah, well, if there are any small businesses that have clothes for like all the way through, then definitely get in touch and let us know. But Elle, I hope you have a lovely week.
You too.
I hope you do too. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Poolside Problems.
We hope we made you laugh a little and that you felt like you too were hiding under a duvet with us with a cup of coffee for some girl chats about our real problems and our silly poolside problems too.
If you enjoyed listening, we'd love to hear from you in a review below and don't forget to subscribe.
If there's something you'd like us to open up the conversation about or something we talked about today resonated with you, drop us a message on our Instagram at Poolside Problems and we will try to include it in future episodes.
And of course, nothing is TMI. We are all ears to anything else you'd like to share with us.
See you next week for more Poolside Problems. Touring out.